Alright guys, today we have another mail call video as usual, so I'm just going to hop right into it and read it. Alright, so, Sirius writes, "Come on you guys, we all seen this one coming. The writing has been on the wall for a hot minute now. I've been making videos talking about how things would play out step by step for years, but it's still really cool to see it all play out in real time. I'd love it when a plan comes together." We all love when plans come together. So, right now we're entering the end game of the NFA. It's been held up for years with all the half-truths, misconceptions, and fear of the unknown. However, because of the internet and its ability to spread info at the spread of light and also advancement in firearms tech, the NFA has become no more than a relic of bad lawmaking when we were in an uncertain time of the country caused by other bad lawmaking. LOL, he says. The expression, "fix it till it's broke," comes out of mine. Now, I don't want to get too deep into the history of this dark time in America, but I'm afraid that's a video for another time. However, let's get you up to speed, shall we? The NFA was made in 1934, and it was a very different time back then. A pistol was a Colt in 1911, a shotty was a Browning A5, a rifle was a 1903 Springfield, a Sun machine gun was a Tommy gun, and a machine gun was a Browning auto rifle. The point is, you could easily put a firearm into its own category and classify them. That is not the case today. For an example, someone with an AR-15 pistol with an FRT trigger and then with a full auto SBR AR-15, they'll never be able to tell you the difference between the two. The point is, the NFA is obsolete and it's been that way for a long time now. It should have been removed in 2008 with the Heller decision, but instead of the Second Amendment win that we were hoping for, what we got with Heller decision was its overweight older stepsister. Yeah, it was still kind of a win for gun rights, but Justice Scalia protected the NFA with even more lies. LOL, dude straight up said there are two different militias. What the fuck? Even if there was, and there isn't, but even if there was, how in the actual Second Amendment does that circumvent shall not be infringed? And then he went on to say the NFA only limits dangerous and unusual arms, and DAU arms are not the arms described in the Second Amendment. Again, shall not be infringed quickly comes to mind. So we've been living under that regime for almost the last 2 decades, and it opened us up to attacks for gun grabbers, otherwise known as communists. Because tell me, what firearm is not dangerous or unusual? Hell, they're all dangerous in their own way, even black powder firearms. So, we've been forced to spend the last 20 years putting out fires caused by the commies' greasy little fingers trying to take away my damn guns. Because anytime a gun made it into court, we would almost lose or straight up lose. Because how do you argue this or that gun is not dangerous? The answer is you can't. And that was that until the Bruin decision. And that was a game changer because it took the burden of proof off of us to prove a firearm isn't dangerous and moved it to the government to prove, in short, the 2A doesn't cover X, Y, and Z. So what we've been waiting for since Bruin is the right case to make it up to SCOTUS that is argued correctly to take down the NFA for good. And you know what? I think we might just have one out of Kansas. That would be the 10th Circuit Courts. I'll have my beautiful wife read you an article from AmmoLand. While this ruling is a significant victory for gun rights advocates, it is not the final word. The decision is expected to be appealed to the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals, where it may face challenges. Historically, courts have upheld the regulation of machine guns, classifying them as quote-unquote dangerous and unusual, weapons that do not enjoy the same protection as other firearms. The appeal's outcome will likely hinge on whether the appellate judge agrees with the district court's interpretation of historical legal standards. This ruling in the case of United States v. Morgan has the potential to change the landscape of firearms regulations in America. John Brooms, appointed by former President Donald Trump, dismissed charges against Tamori Morgan, who was indicted for possessing machine guns. Judge Broom argued that machine guns fall under the category of arms protected by the Second Amendment, echoing a fundamental belief held by many gun right advocates. So, as AmmoLand was saying, This case is a big deal because it's splitting the circuits now. We have the 5th Circuit and the 10th Circuit ruling that the NFA is plain bullshit and unconstitutional as fuck. It will force Scoutists to step in, and we hope/think that the Scoutists will agree that the NFA needs to go. But we will have to wait and see. Until then, stay up on other cases because I feel as if they all play a role in restoring the Second Amendment as it was written, like the case out of Florida by Flying Rich, aka Richard Hughes. He filed a lawsuit in South Florida and contended that the open carry ban doesn't meet a legal test, that such restrictions must be consistent with the nation's historical tradition of firearm regulation. The point is, now they're putting out our fires and we need to keep on lighting them up until we burn them the fuck down. And really, all it takes is a few good men and women to stand up for what is right, even though it's the toughest road to take. In conclusion, I want to take a moment to thank all of you for staying in my corner while I encounter one of the hardest things I've ever had to endure in my life, from my YouTube channel being demonetized to NBC attacking me and my family in an attempt to aid the communist gun grabbers. They are forcing us to solely rely on merchandise sales, so if you want to support my fight without putting yourself in the line of fire, I promise I will fight for you and us. Until next video, keep it cool and I'll be home before you know it. America! America, he says. Alright guys, if you like this video, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to continue to support us and our family and through all this stuff, there'll be links down in the description. And don't forget to cop one of these new shirts up that I just dropped. Fuck the ATF. Hello, you need one. They're badass. We all need to be wearing these. So don't forget to get one at onlytacticalfans.myshopify.com. Until next time, guys. Peace. Shit fucking going on in my head, man. Everything's all fucking head shit. It's all in your fucking head. It's weird how your mind can play own mind games on your own fucking mind. I'm only gonna bring it back once in a while, but maybe today will be that day. Maybe today will be that day. Meh. Today's not gonna be that day.